A very good morning to all. Today let's start this class with a new chapter, chapter number 17, and the name of the chapter is Relief Features of the Continents. So here in page number 142, you can see the big idea, and the topics are endogenic and exogenic processes, mountains, plateaus and plains. So these are the topics that we will be discussing in this chapter. And in the newsmaker, you can see the picture of William Morris Davis. So who was he? He is also known as the father of American geography, who founded the science of geomorphology. So geomorphology is the study of different landscapes, and one of his work was the rivers and valleys of Pennsylvania in 1889, and it laid the foundation of Davisian system of landscape analysis. That is his contribution to physical geography. And in his work, he proposed that the physical features of a specific area of land, they are the result of long, continued and orderly changes due to the erosion. So this was about William Morris Davis. Now the name of the chapter is Relief Features of the Continent. So here, what do you understand by the relief features? So these are the features related to the landscape of a specific area, and landscape means all the visible features of a specific area of that particular land. Once again, relief features means the features related to the landscape of a specific area. And here this relief features, it consists of lowest elevation and highest elevation. So here highest elevation includes the mountains and ridges. Ridges means the slope of the mountains, and lowest elevation means the valleys. And here the relief features of the continents, they are not same everywhere, and this is because the earth's crust is made up of huge plates, and these plates are known as tectonic plates. So here you can see these 7 large tectonic plates with few small tectonic plates, and they all combine to form the continents and oceans. And here these plates are fixed together like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, and some plates are continental, whereas some plates are oceanic, and some are both, that is continental and oceanic. So here you can see the white margins, it shows the different tectonic plates, and the red colored arrow, they shows the movement of these tectonic plates. And here these plates are as many 1000 meters thick, and they cover millions of square meter of the surface. And the division between these plates, they are not visible, and these plates, they keep moving, rubbing, pushing and pulling against each other. Their movement is very slow and cannot be felt by us, but sometimes we can feel their movement by earthquake for few seconds. So it is the movement of these tectonic plates that is responsible for the present position of the continents, oceans and their relief features. So we can say that the movement of tectonic plates, it causes changes in the shape of land, and there are 3 major relief features of the continents. They are mountains, plateaus and plains. And there are 2 types of processes that act upon the earth's surface to form various relief features, and they are endogenic or internal processes. Next one is exogenic or external processes. So here endogenic or internal processes are the processes that form or occur beneath the earth's surface, such as the movement of tectonic plates, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. So here these processes are both very slow as well as sudden movement, and here they either destroy the existing physical feature or build new feature. So this was about endogenic or internal processes. The next one is exogenic or external processes. Here this process occur at or near the surface of the earth. And these are very slow processes that destroy the old physical feature through the process of erosion or rebuild the new feature by the process of deposition. Here, erosion is the process of removal of the earth, and this is caused by the rainwater, melting snow and winds that move sand from one place to another. And deposition is the process where the eroded materials are collected. So, we can say exogenic or external processes are very slow processes that either destroy the existing physical feature through erosion or rebuild new physical feature through the process of deposition. So, this was about the two types of processes that acts on earth to form different physical features. As we have already discussed that the three major relief features of the continents are mountains, plateaus and plains. So, let us discuss them one by one. So, the first one is mountains. So, mountains are landforms that are raised steeply, forming peaks above the surrounding area. And most of the mountains are formed by the three processes, that is folding, faulting and volcanic eruption. So, here folding occurs when the earth's crust it bends away from the flat surface, and faulting occurs when the earth's crust break and slide each other. And in the volcanic eruption, the magma, that is the molten rock which is present deep inside the earth, it comes out through the vent or an opening is known as the volcanic eruption. So, these are the three processes through which the mountains are formed. And there are three types of mountains. Let us discuss them. The first one is fold mountains. So, here these fold mountains are formed by the compressive movement of the earth's lithospheric plate. So, here compressive movement means a pushing inward movement, and lithospheric plates means the 7 large tectonic plates and along with that the small plates that forms the earth's crust. So, fold mountains are formed by the compressive movement of the earth's lithospheric plates. Here the layers of rocks, they are pushed towards each other and uplifted to form the fold mountains. So, in this figure you can see the upward fold or ridges, they are known as the anticline, and the downward fold or the valley, they are known as the syncline. And in this type of mountains, there are two categories. They are young fold mountains and old fold mountains. So, here the young fold mountains are those mountains which were formed within the last 40 million years, and it includes the Alps in Europe, the Himalayas in India, the Rockies in North America and the Andes in South America. And the old fold mountains, these are the mountains that were formed about 200 to 300 million years ago, and it includes the Appalachians in the USA and the Aravallis in India. So, this was about the fold mountains. The next one is the block mountains. Now, here these mountains are formed when large areas or block of earth are broken and displaced either vertically or horizontally, and the part of the lithospheric plate that gets uplifted is known as horst or block mountain, and the part of the lithospheric plate that shrinks down is known as rift valley or graben. And here some of the examples of block mountains are the Harz mountain of Germany and the mountain ranges of Nevada and Utah in USA. So, this was about the block mountains. Next is the volcanic mountains. Now, here these volcanic mountains are formed when the molten rock, that is known as magma, which is present deep inside the earth, it comes out through an opening known as vent, and when it comes out it is known as lava. And here the ash and lava, they cools down and it built a cone of rock, and the rock and the lava, it piles up layer upon layer and forms the volcanic mountains. Some examples of volcanic mountains are Mount Fujiyama in Japan and Mount Pili in the Caribbean islands. So, these are some of the examples of volcanic mountains. So, there are three types of mountains, that is fold mountains, block mountains and volcanic mountains. Now, here these mountains, they occur in long chains known as ranges, and a group of mountain chains or ranges, they are known as the mountain system. And mountains are the most thinly populated region, but they are immensely important to us. The first reason is that the glaciers that is present on the mountains, so during summers it melts and it forms the rivers, and rivers provides us with water and fertile alluvial soil, and it forms the deltas and plains. So, deltas are the wet land areas that are formed when the river water empties into the large water bodies. So, this is the first reason why the mountains are important. The next one is that the mountains act as physical barrier which protect the land. And the third one is that they are important for economic activities like for trading and for horticulture. So, these are the few important features of the mountains. Now, the next relief feature is the plateau. So, what do you understand by plateau? A plateau is a flat area of land that is raised much higher than the surrounding area, and it is also known as the flat topped mountain or tableland because the flat top, it looks like a table. And here the plateaus are formed by the geological forces like the tectonic movement or the volcanic action or by the erosion that is caused due to water or wind. And these plateaus are rich in minerals and it helps in growing different types of crops, especially the cotton. So, this was about the plateau, and some of the examples of the plateaus are the Tibetan plateau, and this Tibetan plateau is also known as the roof of the world as it is the highest plateau in the world. And some other examples are the Colombian plateau near the Rocky Mountains. So, these are few examples of the plateaus. The next relief feature is the plain. So, what do you understand by plain? Plains are flat and low lying area that is not more than 200 meter above the sea levels, and these plains are formed when the rivers and its tributaries, they carry material and deposit from the mountains and plateaus, and these materials include silt, clay and sand. Together they are known as alluvium, and that's why these plains are known as alluvial plain. And these plains are very much fertile, which is good for doing cultivation, and it also have the best living condition, and that's why these plains are thickly populated areas of the world. Now, let's see some of the examples of the plains, and they are the Indo-Gangetic plain in India and the northern plain in China and the Siberian plain in Russia. So, these are the largest plain. So, this was about the relief feature plains. Now, you can see you have an activity. The question is, the Great Plains of North America extend over 2 large countries. So, you have to write their name and submit in teams. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.